probe has taken a new turn as agencies are now focusing on how Dr. Shaheen Shahid, once a brilliant medical topper from Uttar Pradesh, came into contact with several Kashmiri students over the last decade. Dr. Shaheen Siddiqui was married to Dr. Jafar Hayat and got divorced in 2015. After this, Shaheen became reclusive and distanced herself from her family. Shaheen played a crucial role in bridging terror operatives and established logistical networks in Haryana and Delhi. She then became the top commander of Jaish-e-Mohammed's women's wing. It was in the same year, 2015, when Dr. Shaheen had contacted Dr. Muzammil, a Pulwama-based doctor who introduced Shaheen to Kashmiri students. After this, Shaheen came in contact with Kashmiri students over the last decade. Now, according to UPATS, Shaheen met with several suspects, including those who had visited Ayodhya Ram Temple. Investigative agencies are probing who she met there, where she stayed and who she visited in Ayodhya. Jammu and Kashmir police have been informed by intelligence about her visit to Lucknow. Neighbours of Dr. Shaheen and her brother, Dr. Parvez, are also being questioned again. UPATS has also detained Dr. Mohammad Arif, a cardiology student from Jammu and Kashmir, from Kanpur's Cardiology Institute in connection with the Delhi blast case. Arif was reportedly in constant touch with Dr. Shaheen. Another doctor from Kashmir, Dr. Nisar-ul-Hassan, who was earlier dismissed for anti-national activities, has also gone missing after the Red Fort blast. He was working as a professor of general medicine at the Al-Falah hospital and is said to be the alleged attack plotter. The web of doctors, and most importantly the white-collar terror ecosystem that is unraveling bit by bit, where doctors were now enrolled by the JEM, and the meeting that had happened in Turkey, after which a full plan was fleshed out to how the network will expand, and Faridabad was chosen as the hub. These doctors, some of them working in Kashmir, and a connection of the Al-Falah University that has most come to fore of how these doctors were coordinating with each other, were slowly building their network, contacting one another. And in fact, it is said that Al-Falah University had slowly turned into a mini Kashmir because of the amount of Kashmiri doctors who had been employed there. Now, while the focus is on the university and the link between these doctors who are residing in Kashmir, and then the Faridabad link, of course, the trace that is being drawn, and more doctors are being picked up. Dr. Arif, who was in touch with Dr. Shaheen, and also Bomber Umar, because he was a classmate of his. Now, he is being picked up. He will be brought to Delhi for interrogation. The other doctor, who remember is now missing, he actually hails from Kashmir. His name is Dr. Nisar-ul-Hassan, and he was dismissed for anti-national activities, has now gone missing ever since the Red Fort blast has happened. Let me also take this to Shreya to understand that the web of doctors, or the nexus of doctors, and how this entire plot was being planned with the help of doctors, is now slowly unraveling. Of the 7 doctors who have already been identified and many of them detained, more names getting added to it. Dr. Arif and Dr. Hassan. Shreya.
Well, you know, the reason, Suvisha, this becomes an extreme matter of concern, because if we can just highlight for our viewers, remember that in 2011 also, when that Delhi High Court blast took place at gate number 5, the case when it unraveled pointed out to one doctor even at that point of time. Now, that was a different module, that was the Indian Mujahideen, but now with the Jaish-e-Mohammed also plotting on white-collar terror people linked to doctors, clearly we see a sort of a return of what we have seen in the past, but this time even more sinister, even more closely knitted, and even more larger in the kind of conspiracy that was being hatched in the first place. Not just that, the reason for a doctor being used, because you know, these are people who also have a lot of respect in our society. So probably people can go unfazed. terrorists are usually people who moonlight something in the morning, and then their main task is obviously to plot and spread terror. But these doctors were also misusing their identities, their credentials to gather some materials required for making those explosives is also what investigators are telling to India today. The fact that they were terror conspirator facilitators. These are the exact words that one of the senior officials interrogating and investigating this case has told me, that they are terror facilitators, in fact. So clearly, larger investigation will now go into how doctors are being recruited, whether these people are initially self-radicalized, then they move on through different channels. Because as we talk, Suvisha, it'll be scary to believe, but there are WhatsApp open channels that also operate of the groups like Jaish-e-Mohammed, etc., because that is the kind of security encryption that is not sometimes taken into condition when India is concerned. So clearly, lot of issues that our agencies also have to manage with while they investigate such terror modules, but scary situation on the ground. These are people possibly homegrown. That's the reason it makes even more difficult to trace and arrest them, because the cases also become sensitive when we see such modules are cracked down.
Very rightly pointed out, Shreya, and the suspicion is the least when it comes to doctors, YouTubers, of the kind of targets they are now picking up to be able to carry out such a plot is horrifying. Shreya, thank you for joining us with the very latest.